Hidden beyond the mist and valleys of China lies a world untouched by time. Mountains where temples cling to cliffs, clouds drift through forests, and silence carries the echoes of ancient prayers. From the red waves of Langshan to the sacred calm of Mount Tai, each peak reveals a story of faith and endurance. These are not just places to see, but sanctuaries to feel, where nature and spirit become one. And the journey itself leads closer to eternity. In the mist-covered highlands of Fujian, Wuyishan rises like a living painting, where mountains, rivers, and wisdom flow together as one. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is both a cradle of philosophy and a masterpiece of nature, renowned for its red sandstone cliffs, serene valleys, and winding waters that seem to hum with the echoes of ancient life. The Nine Bend River, calm and jade green, curls gently around towering peaks and shadowy grottos. Floating on a bamboo raft through its turns feels like drifting through centuries. Each bend revealing temples carved into rock, hidden shrines, and the echo of forgotten prayers. The cliffs above are lined with mysterious hanging coffins left by ancient tribes, their presence both haunting and sacred. But Wuyishan is more than its myths. It is the birthplace of Neo-Confucianism and home to the legendary Dahongpao tea, grown on cliffs, kissed by mist and legend alike. Every sip of its tea is said to hold the spirit of the mountain, its calm, and its quiet strength. At dawn, the peaks blush with light, and the sound of bamboo leaves brushing the river becomes a hymn to tranquility. Wanderers often stop here, not to conquer, but to listen, to the murmur of water shaping stone, to the silence between two breaths. Wuyishan teaches that enlightenment is not found at the summit, but along the river that flows around it. It is a mountain that doesn't shout its grandeur. It whispers it, softly, eternally, in the language of wind and water. Hidden between the borders of Hunan and Henan lies Mangshan, a realm where green seems to have 1,000 shades. Often called the last secret forest of southern China. This mountain range is a sanctuary of life untouched by time, a place where mist weaves through endless canopies and silence speaks louder than sound. Mangshan is home to one of the largest subtropical forests in Asia, sheltering more than 3,000 species of plants and 500 species of animals. Here, giant ferns unfurl like ancient scrolls, orchids bloom in secret corners, and crystal waterfalls cascade down cliffs covered in moss. Deep within the jungle lives the legendary Mangshan pit viper, a shimmering emerald green serpent found nowhere else on Earth, as elusive and mesmerizing as the mountain itself. Walking through Mangshan is like stepping into another world. The air is heavy with the scent of pine and wet soil. Beams of sunlight cut through the fog like golden threads. Wooden walkways twist through valleys where rivers murmur and the wind carries a rhythm that feels older than humanity. No horns, no crowds, only the quiet breath of the forest. At dawn, the mist rises like incense, revealing layers of mountains rolling endlessly toward the horizon. The locals say that if you listen closely, you can hear the forest dreaming, the earth remembering its first morning. Mangshan is not a place to rush through. It's a place to surrender to. It invites you to slow your heartbeat, to match the rhythm of the rain and the rustle of leaves, to rediscover what silence truly means. Rising modestly above the plains of southern Anhui, Qiyun may not boast great height, but it holds something far rarer. Serenity that seems to breathe. Known as the Mountain of Cloud and Heaven, it is one of China's 4 sacred Taoist mountains. Where mist drifts like thought, and every rock feels alive with quiet purpose. At just 585 meters tall, Qiyun Shan proves that sacredness is not measured in meters, but in meaning. Its slopes are wrapped in perpetual fog, giving the illusion that the mountain floats between heaven and earth. As dawn breaks, red cliffs shimmer beneath pale clouds, while temple bells echo softly through the pines. The scent of incense mingles with the cool breath of morning, creating an atmosphere so tranquil it feels unreal. Scattered along its cliffs are over 500 ancient inscriptions, poems, prayers, and philosophical musings carved directly into the stone by emperors, monks, and poets seeking connection with the cosmos. Some characters have faded into the rock itself, as if absorbed by the mountain's soul. Along narrow stone paths, visitors discover hidden shrines and meditation caves where Taoist sages once lived in solitude. The silence here isn't empty. It hums with presence, with the rhythm of the universe unfolding quietly. At sunset, the sky burns gold behind the mist, and the entire mountain seems to glow from within. Qiyun doesn't call for worship, it invites reflection. It is a place where heaven speaks not through thunder or miracles, but through whispers. The rustle of leaves, the sweep of cloud, and the still voice within the heart that finally answers back. In the rolling highlands of central Henan, Lao Jun Shan rises like a golden beacon above the clouds, a place where legend and philosophy were born. It is said that more than 2,500 years ago, Laozi, the great sage of the Tao, once lived and meditated here. The mountain still feels infused with his spirit, calm, balanced, eternal. At 1,400 meters high, Lao Jun Shan is wrapped in pine forests and drifting mist that catches the morning light like silver smoke. Temples cling to the cliffs, their golden roofs gleaming through the clouds as if suspended between heaven and earth. The most iconic of them all is the Golden Pavilion, perched on the summit, where a colossal bronze statue of Laozi overlooks the valleys below, his face serene, his gaze turned toward infinity. pilgrims ascend the mountain along stone steps that twist through fog and forest, guided by the scent of incense and the distant sound of temple bells. Each turn reveals a new layer of harmony, the meeting of rock and air, sound and silence. It is a journey not of effort, but of release. When sunrise floods the peaks in gold, Lao Jun Shan seems to dissolve into light itself. Here, you understand the essence of the Tao, to flow as the river, to rest as the mountain, and to exist simply, without striving. Lao Jun Shan is not just the birthplace of Taoism. It is the breath of the Tao, made visible, eternal, and still. In the rugged landscapes of Shaanxi, where cliffs tower over deep valleys and the wind never sleeps, stands one of China's most astonishing creations, the Hanging Temple of Hengshan. Perched 50 meters above the ground, this 1,500-year-old monastery clings to a sheer rock face as if held aloft by faith alone. It is here, beneath the shadow of the northern Hengshan range, that architecture, religion, and nature merge into a miracle of balance. Built during the Northern Wei dynasty, the Xuankong Temple is a masterpiece of engineering and devotion. Wooden beams are driven into the cliffside, supporting halls and corridors that seem to float in midair. Within its walls, statues of Confucius, Buddha, and Laozi stand side by side, a rare harmony of the three teachings that once shaped China's soul. As you ascend the narrow stairs and peer through the temple's open windows, the wind whistles through the beams, carrying the sound of distant bells and prayer chants. Below, the valley stretches into mist. Above, The cliffs rise endlessly toward the sky. At sunset, the golden light bathes the temple in a quiet glow, and for a moment, it feels as though the mountain itself is breathing. Hengshan is not merely a feat of design, it is a song of resilience, whispering that faith, when true, can stand against gravity, time, and even the wind itself. In the heart of southern Hunan lies Langshan, a landscape so surreal it seems painted rather than formed. Its name means Scarlet Mountain, and it earns it well. Vast waves of red sandstone rise and twist across the land, frozen mid-motion, like an ocean turned to stone. Declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its rare Danxia formations, Langshan is one of China's most breathtaking natural wonders. The cliffs here glow with shades of crimson and rose, their curves soft yet immense, carved over 100 million years by wind and rain. Among its marvels are the Sleeping Beauty Ridge, the Camel Peak, and the Tianyi Lane. A narrow canyon, barely 1 meter wide, but soaring more than 100 meters high. Walking through it feels like threading a needle of the earth, sunlight spilling down in ribbons of gold. When evening falls, Langshan transforms. The rocks catch the dying light and blaze like embers, their reflections shimmering in rivers below. The silence is deep, broken only by the murmur of wind brushing the cliffs, a reminder that even stone can breathe. Langshan is a place of contrasts, fierce yet graceful, ancient yet alive. It stands as a testament to the patience of time and the artistry of nature. A red symphony written not by human hands, but by the endless dance of the elements. Hidden in the misty foothills of southwestern Hebei, Kangyan feels like a dream suspended between stone and sky. It is a mountain where faith defies gravity, where temples hang from cliffs and bridges stretch through the clouds. Here, architecture and nature merge into one breathtaking vision of devotion. The heart of the mountain is the Tianning Temple, built more than 1,400 years ago during the Sui dynasty. Its main hall stands not on the ground, but on a 40-meter-long stone bridge spanning a deep gorge. Supported by delicate wooden beams anchored into the rock, the temple seems to float in midair, a miracle of balance and belief. From below, it appears weightless, a golden sanctuary glowing through drifting mist. Climbing the 300 stone steps that wind up the cliff, visitors hear the faint sound of temple bells carried by the wind. The air grows cooler, and light filters through the trees in shifting patterns, as if heaven itself were breathing. When you reach the bridge, the world falls away beneath your feet. Valleys fade into haze, and all that remains is silence and sky. At sunset, the temple walls blush in the fading light, casting golden reflections on the stone beneath. Kangyan is not just a feat of engineering. It is a monument to faith's ability to rise above the impossible, a temple built not against gravity, but with it. From temples that cling to cliffs, to valleys where clouds flow like rivers, these 9 sacred peaks remind us that wonder still lives in silence and stone. Each mountain holds a story of devotion, patience, and the human will to reach beyond the earth. Perhaps the true journey is not upward, but inward, to find the same calm that moves through wind, water, and time. Because somewhere, between mountain and sky, we remember what it means to be alive.